Hello and welcome back, or welcome to our channel if you are new here. This video is long overdue. I started working on it over 2 months ago and I'm afraid it won't be the happiest of videos. The summer of 2023 has proven to be the worst ever in our lives. It started fairly well, with summer days full of sunshine and the garden exploding and producing delicious vegetables. It was also my birthday on 6th of July, and we celebrated with a few of our friends. Since then, it all just went downhill. Little did we know we are going to face some difficult decisions, pain and heartbreak. But all in good time, my friends. I will tell you all about it. First, let's have a look back at the happier times.
Wow!
Wanneer de easy. Als je op de terras zit van Maria van achter, zie je een hele grote rooster staan in de tuin van het hotel. En de justrums, eigenlijk waar we een stellige hagen van maken in Nederland. Maar dat is voor je leven.
Yeah, I was either of you, it doesn't matter.
This, that should be possible. But to extend it, that's the part. In time before the N17, on the left and on the right. Can I roll a cigarette? Dude, I don't.
Good morning, everyone. So today is the day for shearing the sheep. Finally, what's today? The 10th. Yes, I believe it's the 10th of July, and we are doing it a little bit later this year than usual. Normally it happens end of May, beginning of June, but because June was so wet and quite cold, George didn't do it then. And you know, today is quite warm already, but it's the best kind of day, you know, a morning really, not day, a morning. So we have only 3 ewes to do, and so it's not going to take long because the 3 young ones they don't need to be sheared as yet because their wool is not as thick. And what was I gonna say? I forgot now. Gosh, brain fog. No idea. I was gonna say something, but yeah, it'll come back to me. I'll tell you. Yeah, I just remembered. George also said that the goat is pregnant. So the male goat went home yesterday, and George saw Rosie this morning, and he said she's definitely pregnant. She's not just fat, she's pregnant. And he has never been wrong. He's, we didn't know the sheep were expecting, and he came and he always said, oh, this one, that one as well. And so, yeah, so we believe him. So for George, he's been doing this for years and years and years, the shearing as well. So my plan with the wool this year is to try and make like a full sheepskin rug, but I have to do a little bit more research because the wool is quite good. Well, it's very good actually. So I'm going to try that. I'm not going to, well, I still have lots of wool from last year and year before for felting and, little bits and bobs. And what we don't use is going to be used as mulch because it's a great mulch material, the wool. Okay, this is always time for annual pedicure.
Pode deixar a menina ali.
Oh.
Ah, caramba! Foste a última a entrar, também foste a última a desfiar.
Right, so I'm going to check on the meter-long beans, or yard beans as they are called, and because I saw something exciting, and yeah, it's quite interesting. Right, so here we so this is a young one, still not a meter long or even a yard, but there was another one. Where is it? Here. Oh my gosh, yeah, this one is, wow. Haha. Right, where are you? They're quite hard to see. Okay, that one is here. So I'll show you. Right. Gosh, can you see that? Definitely long enough. Beautiful. Hi everyone. This video is very long overdue, and many things have happened since the last time we've uploaded one, and it was very difficult time. We've been through a very difficult time lately, since really, mid-July. But if you've followed us for some time, you'll know that, or you will remember that I have kind of made confession that I've been suffering with perimenopause symptoms, and for the last 18 months, and it wasn't an easy time for me or for Susanna, and it was, I have to say, it was quite difficult, but it culminated, mid July, and I literally ended up in hospital. So one morning I woke up and I knew that I couldn't deal with this on my own anymore, although I tried, because I didn't want to end up in hospital, and because who likes to go to hospital? No one, really. And so one morning, I think it was 19th of July, I woke up and I knew that I need to seek help. So Susanna was working that day, so a friend of ours have driven me to a local small hospital, to A&E, because I really was trying to avoid the big hospital, because I haven't heard anything good about it. And so I went to A&E, kind of hoping that they will give me something, and let me go home. So they did the blood tests, and very soon after that, they said, "Well, you're going to the big hospital. You need help there." I was like, "Okay." So at that point, I kind of surrendered, because I really didn't feel well at all. They were actually surprised that I was still standing, because my blood count was so low. So it was really, really, I was very anemic, and I could feel that I need something else, something more. So the ambulance drove me to hospital, and I waited again in A&E and all the rest of it, blood tests, more blood tests, and they said that I'm going to need some blood transfusion because my blood was so low. And so I was still hoping then that it's going to, solve the problem. And so I stayed overnight, having blood transfusion. Then next morning, I was seen by gynecologist, who admitted me to the ward, which I really didn't like, but there was no other option for me at that time. So I stayed there, for the blood to stabilize, and it really didn't. The blood count went up and then it went back down again. So I had, like scans and X-rays and MRI done, and then I went for another, investigation, and then they found that I have big and old fibroid in my uterus that was actually infected and caused heavy bleeding. So I got another 2 units of blood transfused. I was pumped with antibiotics and God knows what. I was on a drip all the time. And they said that it has to come out. So they did say if they make me better, I can go home, but it would return more than likely again, and then I would end up in hospital again. And so it was all a bit of a shock, for both of us, because I haven't been to doctors for years, and in hospital the last time was 28 years ago. So it wasn't really an easy time, but I decided to stay and then have the surgery done, which eventually happened. So I spent 2 weeks in hospital, um, like 10 days prior the surgery and 5 days after. But in the meantime, whilst I was in hospital and Susanna was running around like headless chicken, working, coming to hospital every day, looking after everything. So she was quite stressed, well, a lot stressed. Suki was getting quite unwell. And actually, that was the hardest thing that happened that time. She was getting, worse and worse, and very quickly. So Susanna was going to the vets as well. I could do nothing because I was in hospital. And it has gone so bad. Suki's state, she went downhill so fast that the night before I was discharged, we had to make the hardest decision ever, to let her go. Yeah, and sorry, I'm a bit emotional. I'm still emotional. So we let her go. Susanna was with her. Yeah, and she died. She died on the 31st of July, and the next day I came home to an empty house, and yeah, it was heartbreaking. I'm still heartbroken. People say, oh, she was just a dog. She wasn't just a dog, Yeah, for both of us, she was so much more than a dog. And it still hurts. It gets better, it gets easier, but it still hurts. And I can see her everywhere, her stuff is everywhere. The absence is just enormous, there is a big gap. And, our hearts have been broken. So that was the hardest part, and since then I just couldn't, since my return, I couldn't do anything. Not only physically but mentally as well, and it's it is slightly easier now. I'm not crying all the time, although now I am. But I all I can think of is Suki, really, and what she did and how she was and what we've been through and all of the adventures and everything. So that was the hardest part for us, for both of us. And yeah, that's why, the lack of videos and updates, because that was the last thing I really had on my mind. Yeah. So, yeah, the future, I don't know. I don't really know what's going to happen with this channel. I have no idea, because I'm still recovering physically, although I'm much better now. Yeah, I can move around, I can sleep normally, I don't have to, wake up all the time before I want to turn around in bed. Still can't lift anything, but it's okay. It'll only get better now. So yeah, so I'm going to end this video with the footage I found while I was looking at Suki's photos and videos, and I have loads. And I've recorded this 1st of May this year, as if I knew, So it's so I'm going to end today's video with this, and yeah, I'll see you at some point. Do you know what? My words cannot describe how much I love this dog. She's been with us for over 10 years now, and we call her Lady of Twickenham because we picked her up when she was 10 weeks old. Somebody bought her as a present for their mother for their 70th birthday, because the mother always wanted a cute, small, fluffy white dog, and they got her this little beauty. And she was only 10 weeks old when we got her, because the woman couldn't really cope with a puppy, 10-week-old puppy, and eating everything and being under her feet, and she almost tripped. And I think this was, although we did buy her, we pay considerable amount of money for her, I think it was the best purchase of our lives. If you can actually put a value on a dog's life. But yeah, we haven't regretted. And she has traveled with us all over, England and Scotland and Wales, and all the way down to Portugal, through France and Spain. And she has been our companion, the best companion one can wish for.